Hello and welcome back to Gowerton Parkway. Apologies for the lack of videos recently. Unfortunately, the phone that I use to film the layout of my video updates normally has been broken, so it's off for repair at the moment, limiting me somewhat to what I can do. I am now nicking my wife's phone just so that I can make this video and provide this update to let you know that I am still here and I will be continuing to make the videos. So this video is going to be different again to my normal ones. Previously I explained to you that there probably won't be any layout updates, and that's because the state of Gowerton Parkway is more or less complete. I have, however, recently carried out some work in the loft with the help of my dad, and that's through necessity. We've had to move my workbench from downstairs to up into the loft. Previously my workbench was in a spare room, but my wife is now about 6 months pregnant and we're due our first baby soon, so I've been turfed out of that room as it's going to become a spare room, and a spare room that's currently there is becoming a nursery, and it's all to do with that. So basically I'm losing my space downstairs and I've built a workbench in the loft. So this video will just give you a quick update around that, show you what I've done. I know it might not interest some people, but in the spirit of trying to keep videos coming and to keep you up to date with what's happening on the layout, I thought it'd be a good topic to cover. So here I am in front of the new workbench that I've built. As you can see, well, I say I built, me and my dad built. As you can see, there are two levels to it. So you've got the lower level and then an upper level on which that Apple computer sits. And this has been built to fit around the existing layout. So as you'll remember from the Gowerton Parkway layout tour, we had a fiddle yard, which is off to the right of your screen here, and then off to the left there is a return loop where the trains reverse out onto the fiddle yard. So what we've done is built up and over where the tracks run. The fiddle yard remains in place as per previous videos, as you'll see here. Now the advantage of actually having the layout here, having the bench next to the layout, is the fact that I can actually access the locomotives easily. I can work on them, I can put them straight onto the layout for testing, which is something that was awkward to do previously. Previously I would always have to climb up into the loft, test locos, if there was anything wrong with them, then I'll have to change things around, etc, etc, but this does eliminate that. So I'm quite happy with what we've built so far, and this will serve its purpose nicely. I do a lot of respraying, weathering and detailing. Now luckily it's quite well lit, this bench. I've got the tube light there, I've got the window there. I have to excuse the Chelsea flag, I'm going through a very embarrassing period at the moment, so just ignore that. It's a bad error of judgment for the minute. In any case, here we are. So we're looking back on here, and as you've seen, the HST ran through. We'll go around the return loop as it's doing now. Come back here under this bench, back out and into the fiddle yard. So I think I've done quite well to build this around what's already existing. What I'll do, I'll get up a bit closer and show you the different areas of the bench that I've got to work with. Now the previous workbench that I had was just a standard Staples desk. So what we've done is managed to cut up the previous desk and retain the units that I've got there. So I've got 3 drawers with various bits and pieces in. I've got this little plastic tray of drawers there, and that's where I keep my ongoing locomotive projects and things that I need to work on, things that I need to do. Now that's full top to bottom with stuff that needs looking at, so I've got a lot of work to do. In the cupboard to the right, this is just full of general crap like magazines, etc. You know, stuff that you need somewhere to put but don't really have anywhere to go. What I need to do is have a good clear out of these magazines. You buy these things when you walk into a supermarket, spend 4 or 5 quid on them, flick through them, read a few articles and then chuck them away and never look at them again. If I added up the cost of all the magazines that I've got, it's probably something obscene. I could probably buy a few nice locomotives with the money I've wasted on magazines, so I think it's a case of probably trying to sort through those and get rid of those. Now I've got some PowerPoints here. You can see just under where the HST is running, and the HST is just running over back under where the computer is. So the PowerPoints there I use for my soldering iron. I also use them, I've got a little phone charger there to charge my phone but I will be using it to charge my phone when it comes back from its repair, and it's just handy to have those various different things there. I just got this little bench here to work on. You know, as I mentioned before, the beams in this loft are an absolute pain, so I've got to work around those a bit, but you know, it's something you live with, and like I said, I'm grateful to just have this space at the minute. So that's how, what I'll do now, I'll go over to the bench and show you how I've incorporated the layout with the bench to try and make my life a little bit easier. So just to the right of the bench there, you'll see two sidings coming off the fiddle yard. Sorry, one siding coming off of the fiddle yard, and there's a piece of standalone track. The piece of track with the class 67 on it is my programming track. Now, this is something that I needed to sort out, and I haven't really had a proper place for a programming track ever up here. I've just had a random piece of track floating around up the other end of the layout without having a permanent place. So I thought if I put that next to the bench, that'll be handy. When I'm setting up locos for DCC sound, whatever, I can fit them, get them on the programming track, test them, make sure they work. And then the siding where the 37 is in, that's basically where I'll just load the locos into, and they go straight out onto the layout there. Oh, it's a handy spot. I don't have a rolling road, so the ability to be able to just pop them on there and stick them straight onto the layout for a run is quite useful. As I mentioned previously, the return loop has been preserved in its entirety. I built completely around this, being conscious that I wanted to not adjust the layout until when I first started building the bench. I was wondering where I could put my computer. I like to have my computer nearby to where I'm working, just so I can have something on in the background. It's a bit boring started here or sat anywhere for hours staring at a locomotive, weathering it, etc. So it's nice to have that up here. So the solution for that was just to build an over the top, which works quite well. Again, excuse all these beams, they're an absolute pain in the what's it, but you get the idea. So that just about brings you up to date with the workbench space and the area that I've got to work with going forwards. Now, I just thought I'd let you know this workbench is going to be a very busy place this week. I'm going to be preparing some locomotives ahead of an exhibition that I'm attending at the weekend. So I'll give you some details on that exhibition in case you fancy coming along, because I'll be taking Talbot Lane TMD with me. The exhibition is on Saturday the 14th of April at St Agnes Church in Port Talbot. Postcode for that is SA131YW, and it runs between 10 AM and 4 PM, which pleases me as it clashes with Chelsea's next fixture, so I won't have to watch that bunch of idiots embarrass themselves for 90 minutes again. Come along, see the layout operating DCC sound for the first time, have a chat with myself and my friend Paul, who helps me with the layout, and yeah, I think we'll have a good afternoon. As always, thank you for your likes, comments and subscribes. Keep sharing these videos amongst people in the community. It'd be good if we can get as many followers as possible. Let me know in the comments below what kind of videos you'd like to see next. I'm always looking for new ideas to produce content. If there's anything particularly you want to see on either of my layouts, I'll try and get you some of that content produced. Just keep the comments active and let me know what you'd like to see. Hopefully I'll get a live video up and running from the show that we're going to be attending next weekend, provided I can get a decent 4G signal. It is going to be in a church and it is going to be in Port Talbot, so who knows what will happen. Anyway, thanks again for your time, thanks for sticking with the video, I'll speak to you all soon. Thanks very much, cheers, bye bye.